Welcome to an art exhibit by the artist Frank Stella. He began when he was 22 years old, an all-black paint show of his deltas where a river flows into an ocean. Stripes became his thing, all kinds of stripes. He experimented with color. Stare at this one for a while and see if the green makes your eyes go in and out. He worked in the medium of house paint, but he didn't like the way the flat rectangular canvas limited him. So he changed things. He began to work with aluminum, like a Coca-Cola can is made from, and he could bend it and twist it and paint on it and create things that stuck out from the wall. No more stripes. Now he was working with forms that came off the wall. They were layered. He called these irregular polygons. His new thing was three-dimensional, height, width, and depth. They were huge. Created using powder. Now, with the texture plates, you're going to notice they have texture on both sides. Place it under your paper and hold it still. You have to color a little bit hard. You might need to experiment a bit. If you don't see the texture right away, color a larger shape. Don't color too much with one texture because it's kind of fun to discover all the different textures. The texture is created when you see a shape repeat. If you don't see the texture showing up, you might be coloring too soft. Like I said, experiment with it. Keep going until you have filled your whole paper on the front and the back. Try lots of textures. Now we're going to add some lines. I'm going to make 8 lines. I'm going to start by putting a dot near the center of my paper and then making a line that goes all the way to the edge of the paper. I don't want any lines to touch, so my next dot is near the center but not touching. It goes to a different side of the paper. Line number 3, I'm going to take it to another side of the paper. My lines have curves, but the curves are big. You see my scissors there? We're going to have to cut on this line in a minute, so don't make a too wiggly line. Line number 5. I'm starting to kind of fill my paper up, but still, no lines touch, and all lines are going to the very edge of the paper. I have to be watching my marker and thinking every time. Here goes the last line. Not much paper left. It's a short one. Okay. Got 8 lines. Now I can get my scissors. I'm going to cut exactly on the line and stop when you get to the dot. Make sure your eyes are really following your scissors so you don't accidentally cut your paper in two. If your lines are touching, something's going to fall out on the table. And we want to cut the lines, but still have only one piece of paper when we are through. There we go. Now, one piece of paper. It's time to glue it together and make a form. I'm just going to select one edge of my paper and add a thin line of glue. Thick glue is sticky and slippery, but it won't hold together well. Once I start holding it, I need to count to at least 10. That way, it will stay stuck together. I folded one circle to the front, but now I'm going to pick a different piece and curve it to the back so that my paper form will go in and out and around. Every time you glue, make sure to hold it at least until the count of 10. If one doesn't work well, you might have to wipe a little bit of glue off. The less glue, the faster it will stick. Experiment with your pieces and twisting it different ways so that you get the best form. Some can go inside and around. Make sure all your ends get glued somewhere, even if they just glue to the center of another piece. These forms are going to hang. It's three-dimensional.